Yes, indeed. What's up, y'all? It's your favorite icon up in the building. It's about to go down, downtown. Judy, Mickey, Fricky Brown out this piece, man. So I'm about to do this right here. Um, yeah, it's him. I am him. Oh yes. Uh, uh. Rocking that powder blue today, you know what I'm saying? That Caroline blue, you know what I'm talking about? We up in this piece, man. It's your favorite icon. We are the City Network. Circle of the Gods, point six. I am your favorite icon, the Icon6. Right here in these YouTube streets and abroad. TikTok, what's up? Facebook, what's up? Instagram, what's up? Fan base, what's up? You know what I'm talking about. Stereo, what's up? It's your favorite icon, man. Oh, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the world today. Icon, what do you mean it's a lot going on in the world today? Look around. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know that you and I are participating in what's going on around, either verbally or in silence, in motion, or not in motion. I don't know the other word for that. You got motion, no motion. So if you're moving, you're participating. If you're not moving, you're participating. If you're saying something, you're participating. If you're not saying something, you're participating. There's no way for us not to participate in what's going on around us and what we see, you know. And I understand all things are not bad. All things are not bad. They're not. And thank God for that. We most certainly give praise and thanks to the creator that all things are not bad, that there are good things. A matter of fact, we get to participate in the bad and good things. See, when things are good or what we perceive to be good, because sometimes our own thoughts, our own actions lead us into things that we may feel is good. It's good for us. But what if it's not good for somebody else? And the mind said, well, hey, that ain't my problem. And really, it's not, because if you're doing something in your life and it's for you, you're not bothering anybody. You don't perceive you're bothering anybody. It's just you. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, right? In your mind, you can say, this is my thing. But here's what's happening in the world around us today. We have a system that is created to make sure that we see most of the bad. The little sprinkles of good, or what they call good, is compliance good to what? The system. We're so thoroughly saturated and acclimated into a system to where even the abnormal things uh, are made to look right, look good. And this is power of persuasion that we're talking about. So I'm here for a little bit. I don't have no specific scope of where I want to go. The spirit just say, come in and say a couple of words inside the space, and that's what I'm doing. I am adhering to the spirit to come do this here, rocking this powder blue today, that Carolina blue. You understand me? And shout out to North Carolina and South Carolina. Most certainly. Shout out to Georgia. What's up, Georgia? My home state, and I always got to give love to the home state, Florida. What it do? And I can go on and on. Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Virginia, Kentucky. We can go on and on. Might as well. Hey, what about Baltimore, Maryland, DC? What's up? New York, New Jersey, all boroughs. What's up? Yes. We all over in Kansas City, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Boston, Detroit. What's popping? Yeah. And the whole West Coast, y'all already know what it is. Big love. And last but certainly most, how they make that statement? Last but certainly not least, thank you. Woo, I tell you, brain farts in the morning. Shout out to our international family as well. Now I'm out here in social media in my private capacity. I surf. I go through social media. I look for certain things to help, broaden my scope of knowledge. You know, a lot of times I run into clips and I try to take those clips and find full episodes so I can get the full gist of what's going on, if it piques my interest or if it lines up with what it is that I like to talk about, the things I like to get into. I look for things. And since I'm one of those people that love to have the conversation about social constructs, um, it's very important that I track down information, you know what I'm saying, that can show people what that looks like and what that sounds like. So it's a lot of conversation out here. And some people may ask, well, what is a social construct, Icon? Well, social, you know what social mean. You know what I'm saying? Social. Well, people gather where there is exchange of mind energy amongst people, gatherings of people, groups of people, the social networking, right? In our society. Construct is the building blocks of putting things together, right? So the thought processes is what I'm talking about, social constructs. So even when it's dealing with entertainment or if it's dealing with economics, religion, whatever, the social constructs play a very, 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 very big part of how we bring our thoughts together to move into action. And that's where I began to start my journey on understanding what social construct were. They all around us, and I probably play. I got some stuff that I be doing. I be I'm always constantly finding stuff to listen to. I found this one thing this morning, and I'm gonna go into it. So let's get ready to delve just a little bit. I'm not gonna be here long, but I want to come through strong and do what it is I'm doing. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. All righty, man. I had to get that thing under some kind of control. And so let me do this here. I'm gonna take my little device and we're gonna slide over to um Instagram right quick. I'm gonna slide over to Instagram right quick because there is something that I posted in my stories this morning. This young man, he was out and he was asking some young ladies to read something off of a paper. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was interesting. I know it's some biasness there because a lot of the times when we post things, if it's men doing it and it's women and you don't have men involved in it, it's gonna always look like you're trying to debase women if you're doing something to make them look crazy. Like in this particular thing, I wish I could share this on my screen. I'm definitely trying to get capability. Maybe I could do that. I just don't know how to do it yet. Still learning this technology. It don't take them but a minute to figure it out. But this young man he had something written on a paper and he asked the young lady to read it, right? And so I'm gonna play this for you all. And what is written on the paper itself is called what is written on the paper itself, it says the deity had a premonition of the impeding cataclysmic event. Let me say this again. The deity had a premonition of the impeding cataclysmic event. Now he's out here and he's around some of these baddies as they call themselves, the lace front crew. And shout out to Fedora Gang because I like to keep some on my head too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. If you don't catch me with the fedora on, or fitted, or my little Mike Epps, you know what I'm saying, wave cappy thing that I put together, it's not often you're gonna see me rocking my Telly Savalas. And some people say, "Ah, Icon, you don't never show your head, man." Like, okay, hey, I'm out here looking like the little brother of Bird, man. That's my brother, you know what I'm saying? Little Bird man out here. But I love having some on my head. But these baddies, and maybe I can put it in the screen right quick, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all can see it that way. So I'm gonna play this, and I want y'all to listen to this here. And please understand, there's always gonna be some form of biasness with people that's presenting things. For instance, a person writes a book about another person or people or systems. Of course, you got to check for biasness because they're gonna be there. Because this is somebody giving their perceptions of facts. You know what I'm saying? Their understandings through their experiences, perhaps, or third party information, whatever it is. So it's always going to be a tinge of biasness there. And I feel strongly because in this particular clip, I don't know if he's doing this with guys or not. So I want to be a disclaimer here. I'm not trying to say that this young brother was trying to throw women up under the bus. But from the one clip, all I seen was young, quote unquote, baddies, the pretty girls that wear the tight clothes, and they look pretty, but they bird dumb. Like you dumb. You know what I'm saying? You can't read. And this is not going after the actual physicality, but the fact that you too old not to know how to read. And if you can't read, what the hell is going on in the school system? Or was you paying attention in the school system? This is basic reading, writing, arithmetic we're talking about. So let's get into this clip right here. Let's see. And I might can let's see here.
The deity had a pre-emotion of the impending cataclysmic event.
Say that again for me one more time.
The dignity had a promotion of, that's not even promotion, but a promotion of the independent catalytic event.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know why I asked that.
I want to say this here again. This is in no way me trying to bring somebody down. I just want to point some attention to it. The educational system is either failing us or we've lost touch of what education can mean to us outside of what they wanted to mean for us. Because we have to understand the systems that we live in. We have to be able to read and understand, because if we don't, that's where they trick us up at. You know, to keep us to keep yourself ignorant. Let's put it there, because they can't keep you ignorant. They can suggest, they can put things in place to kind of guide you away from it if we accept it. And I know they prime us up for this when we're children. But if you don't take advantage of trying to learn, and I've had teachers in my life that told me the importance of understanding the English language, because as my teacher would tell me, Miss Currington, my seventh grade teacher, Dan McCarty, middle school in Fort Pierce, Florida. Yeah. And she told me, because I hated English class. I hated everything about it. I didn't give a damn about no pronouns and adjectives and verbs and all that other stuff. I learned the basics of it, but I didn't want to go any further. So my grammar a lot of the times reflect that. When I write, what I'm saying, it could reflect that. But understanding words, understanding language. When we don't do that, then they're gonna always be able to trick us up with language. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to learn the language of any system that we live into the best of our abilities. So again, the brother had something written on the package, and you can see the sister was struggling with this.
You didn't know.
The deity had a
Okay, let me read this again. So for those that may be just coming in, what's on the card itself? I don't know if you can see it from right there. Put a close up there. Boom. When I get my laptop back running, I probably can split the screen so that y'all can see what I'm seeing, and we can go deeper, because I'm finna be doing reactions of the reactors. I'm finna get into all of this here. We're gonna get into the breakdowns of not just music, but actual real life things that's going down. We need to do that. I'm like, why the people that's out here in YouTube that's doing, well, I understand why, but that can get dangerous sometimes. You start digging and shit. People that don't want you to be digging and shit may see you doing. But if we here to tell the truth, if we here to make all things known, you understand me, so that we can have a better understanding, then why wouldn't we do that? We take chances every day on a lot of things. But on the card it says the deity had a premonition of impeding cataclysmic events And these young ladies, these young baddies with the tight clothes on, with the camel toe sticking out, with the booty cheeks and the panty lines and all the makeup and the lace fronting and making themselves try to look like whatever. And some of them looking straight like some Ronald McDonald clowns. Now, I am not saying that they're again, because Ronald McDonald has on a lot of makeup. He's a clown. He hides himself. He has on all of this makeup to alter his real identity. And it's a story behind that as well. Look up Ronald McDonald. They have some disturbing things they say. I don't know if it's real or not. These things that be out in social media. I'm in social media, so I know that y'all seeing it too. But again, listen to it. This is another young lady trying to read the same card. Again, the deity had a premonition of impeding cataclysmic events.
Promotion of the independent. What the fuck is that?
Go ahead, sound it out.
Baby, it look like it say academy.
Please read this sentence for me.
Okay, and we go back to the beginning of that deal. So, hey, listen, I'm like, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, damn, this is sad. You know, not even. I mean, at first glance, when you look at it, it's almost laughable. But when you look at the seriousness of what this is, can't read. If you can't read, right, that means that the things that you're looking at, you don't really understand what they mean, right? Unless you go look it up in a dictionary. And you're only going to get so much from Merriam-Webster's and other dictionaries. We have to understand if there is a legal component to some of these words that we might can find in Black Law Dictionary. You know what I'm saying? We have to go and investigate these things. But to be reading something and not even know what you're looking at, well, I mean, do you even understand when you say the however? Let's go back. Let's do this one more time. Listen to how they read this here. Please. This is showing a deficiency and a lack in the learning curve of those of us. And this is a young, quote unquote, African American sister. Or she looked African. She could be Hispanic, American, but it's a young lady that looked like me and a young man that's conducting this here. And again, you have to approach this with some biasness because all I see is young ladies in here. So I don't know what these brothers were shooting at. But I'm gonna give them a shout out so you can go look it up for yourself. The name of the site is the Houston Cam, and that's on Instagram. If you have Instagram, you can look that up. The Houston Cam, TheHoustonCam, and you can probably find this video. One more time, let's do it.
The deity had a promotion of the
Hold up right there.
impending.
Hold up right there. She said the deity. She had that word, deity, deity. She was on that, but my question is, do you think she understood what that meant? Hopefully she did, because the deity means the God or a higher force, right? The deity had a premonition. I don't know what the hell she said. She said some other.
Cataclysmic.
Cataclysmic. That's cataclysmic.
Say that again for me one more time.
The dignity had a promotion.
Premonition.
That's not even promotion, but
And she knew that wasn't promotion.
A promotion of the independent catalytic.
Impeding, not independent.
Event.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know why I asked that.
I tell you, man, that shit crazy. I'm just gonna roll on from there. This is serious, man. We need to, while you're out here trying to be a
Please
baddie,
read this sentence for me.
or while we out here trying to be young thugs, man, we showing ourselves, because social media is catching everything that you're doing, because y'all post everything out here, and social media is really catching us up a little bit, and we making ourselves look like some big dummies out here, being pretty, being the man, holding stacks of money. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody that be holding up this stack of money to their ear, that shit don't be real all the time. We played them little games back in the day where you know, you take newspaper and you cut it out, or you get fake money. You can even order this stuff now. That's the crazy part. You can order fake money. They got to have it on the money. But some people rolling around and want people to think that they just filthy like that. They just got it like that. And you setting yourself up for failure because the vultures are watching. You understand me? The wolves are watching. You know what I'm saying? Those that see it and they hungry, they ribs touching, or just say, he don't even deserve it. This young dummy out here. And you're going to get caught up with fake money and probably get your whole life took from you because you're out here perpetrating the fraud, man. No education. And I get it. That's where they get us at. They train us in the education, but we need to have somebody here to show us how to approach the education. Because I'm not telling you not to get it, but what I'm saying is we need to get it with instruction, right? So that we don't get led down this trap to where we're continuing to be the sheep led to the slaughter every time. And then when you become the agent provocateur, once that stigma has been attached to you because you're making a decision, I want y'all to think about what I'm saying. A system that designs something through their educational programs or information that's really coded to make you dumb down, right? And then that dumbness moves you into action. So we're doing a lot of dumb stuff. We're worrying about a lot of dumb things that don't have nothing to do with growth and development at all. So we are the City Network. We got a network with people that's on these particular things. I'm new out here in the way of I don't have all the components, man, to promote as big as I want to, but I can do promotion. I'm gonna use every tool that I can identify with here in these applications to get myself out there. The main thing is having the ability to go live and speak to people and upload, download, and send this to my personal friends and people all over the world. I'm here to help. I'm not here to stir anybody up to say, hey, get yourself riled up, get your panties in a bunch, and let's go do some crazy shit like them people did when they went and stormed the White House. That so many people got a look to the side because of who they were, and we're gonna be plain and clear. It was our members of our Caucasian family, and I know they probably won't call me family. I probably be every N in the word, spirit chucking, whatever. But they stormed the White. No, because if people like me would have did that, there it would have been bodies all over that motherfucker. More than like, and we have to perceive that that's what it would be because most times when we do get into some of the most pettiest things that could be overlooked before life is taken, it's not. The first thought is guilty, kill. Well, I can unalive because I know I can get away with it because the system is going to help me. And that's not a healthy system to be in. Maybe them people that do that there is the same as these young ladies that can't read this damn card correctly. Misled, miseducated a lot, dumbed down, but having the ability to have access to guns and a shield to go out and do stuff. Or the young brothers, us, because I was a part of this here again. I was caught up in it too as a young person in my life, and every day I'm fighting in this struggle to keep myself centered so that I can be of help. You know what I'm saying? In conversation and pointing certain things out. So we had that one right there. Let's see if we can find us something
Motion
else.
of
Let's find us something else up in here. Because there's so much stuff that I see out here to help us see, hear, and understand. Something is going on with the way we've been taught to think. So what else I got? I got stuff out here outside the scope of my entertainment because I was posting a lot of stuff during this time. Came into contact with an app called Sora where we do AI. I haven't done one in quite some time, but I was definitely getting into it. So I have a nice little showing on that. But I want to get to some of the more matter of fact, I'm gonna do this one right here on one of my friends that I met in federal prison. Let's see what he talking about here. Him and the young lady.
And that changed my mindset of how things really happened because we were actually secluded into, like, say, the West Side, and we had our Italian neighborhoods and our white Polish, I think it was, Polish neighborhoods, and we kind of stuck together. But when we went out to the busing and to be faced with that systemic racism at that time, that was my first awakening of how the system. But I didn't take it all in. You can say because I'm young. I'm tell you, I didn't really understand it all at that point. But as I got older, I knew. I said, "Wow, this has been going on even when you were in the, what we say, the belly of the beast, but you just didn't know because your mother and your dad and your aunts and your uncles, they keep you away from all this. They shelter you, because family back in those days, we gonna take care of you,
Absolutely. I'm gonna say this here, man. Shout out to brother Larry Barnhill. We called the money bags in the feds. Man, I met this brother. This brother was college educated in corporate America. And he and some more of his colleagues or friends or buddies got into some criminal shit, and they was into the bank robberies. Me and him have the same charge, armed bank robberies and stuff like that. I ran across this brother in federal prison in Coleman, Florida. And shout out to everybody that's in Coleman, Florida, both inmate and staff alike that I knew and met. I understand what that is. I did it for 28 plus years of my life. You know what I'm saying? From the age of 19 to the age of 47 when I walked out. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to highlight. I want to highlight this brother Larry Barnhill because he has a very unique story coming from where he come from, being involved in the things he was involved in academically, that put him in a position where he was in corporate America around some big people. You understand me? That you would think, why did his life go this way? You know what I'm saying? And even for myself, I may not have been in that realm, but I was supposed to be, my speed, as my coaches would say, and my ability. I'm a little bookworm, I love education, always have. But I had some talents and some gifts too that people saw, and they wanted to usher me into the world where leaving high school, I could have, been sponsored through scholarship to go to college, to play ball and do whatever else it is I was going to do. I also wanted to be get into culinary arts because I love food, and that's one of the things I wanted to. I wanted to be a chef. Not gonna lie about that, but science has always been something big to me. Psychology has always been something big to me. So while I was in prison, um, through intervention, got my mind together, and I was able to come into a realm and come into information that started to help me organize my thoughts and get into why I was doing the things I was doing based upon my thoughts. I needed to know why I was thinking the way I was thinking and why I was doing the things that I was doing. So that's what it's all about. Larry Barnhill, you can find him on Instagram as well. This was an interview. I want to get this sister name because she interviewed him, Brown Girl Interrupting, Maria Cosme. Please look her up. Look up Mr. Larry Barnhill. They have some interesting stories, and shout out to that. We have to understand, and we should understand that things can look a certain type of a way. You can't always judge a book by the cover. A person can be very polite. A person can come and have a great demeanor about themselves and can make you think they're the most humblest person in the world. But on the inside, these are tyrants. Or you can have somebody that come on the scene, the face always scrunched up. They look mean, like they're a terrible person. But on the inside, these are the most beautiful people and the most calmest, and they want to help. So we got to be careful in judging books by the cover. Now, inside, this brother was a good brother like myself. We got caught up in some stuff. His situation was quite the opposite of mine, but nevertheless, we both ended up in the same place. You know what I'm saying? And we're both back out here in society after going and paying our debt for what we done. Out here trying to help people, out here trying to make some sense out of things that don't make sense, like not knowing how to read. That don't make sense. Being aware of what's happening in the world that you live in. We see racism everywhere. We see the biasness, and it's coming from all people in all different type of ways. Some initiate and some happen to retaliate because of that, but it's all of us cooking in this pot going against each other. What else we got here inside of my vote? Because I've been wanting to play these things so people can hear it, what social constructs sound like and what it looked like. When I get access to video, we'll be able to see some of this stuff. We have another clip in here. And
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. And then, I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who
Oh man, listen. I gotta stop right there because I'm gonna play this again, and this is one of the things that I champion as well. That things that don't make sense, but it's happening as if it's normal. Listen to this man one more time. To those that
Understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. And I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here? Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? You know? Think about that. We're looking at a war over water, when instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world so everybody could have water, so they could grow crops. But are we doing it? Hell no. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to empower people to grow food and take care of themselves? Then we can't control them. This is what I don't understand.
Man, listen.
I don't understand why.
When I first came across that piece, it wouldn't be the first time that I came across that information. I came across some of this information like this in my stint in federal prison. Well, I had time to actually listen, to study. I had guys around me that seen me, you know, young dude coming in, me and some of the younger guys. We had some of the older heads up in there, you know what I'm saying, when prison was still, you know, one of those places where, you know, you got to be on top of your ish. You know, certain things ain't gonna be put out there. Certain people wouldn't mix. Like if you was a pedophile up in there, you hid to the best of your ability, but you get found out if you was what they call a hot boy, rat snitch. That's something that people don't, you know. But now it has changed, and I'm not saying this here to put nothing out on people if you did those deeds or whatever. But the thing is, we cannot let it go by because it's a part of a greater scheme. These things that we morph into because of thought process that lead us down these roads. Now, this man was talking about paying for things that's here for free. And when he say, who are they? This is a Caucasian man. It's a lot of Caucasian people, quote unquote. Caucasian is also a construct like Negroid, the color schemes that they use. All of this is construct. I am not black, according to color chart that man made and gave name. Okay, if you open up a Crayola box, I will be closer to brown. They don't call me brown man. Somebody else get that title, but they call me black. When I go sign on something, what's your nationality? You African American, you know what I'm saying, black. These are tools that they use and keep us in that vein, always identifying ourselves outside of the human family. And with that comes a lot of trauma and drama, competition, unnecessary competition, unhealthy competition, negative, you name it. That's what it is. We 33 minutes into this here. But he's right. Why do we get, how did these people, and there are names, I'm going to call these names because it's in social media. And again, I'm not here to say get your panties in the bunch and let's go storm our White House, because we're not going to do that. We're going to have respect for the nation that we live in, whether it's been good to us or not. We don't have our own, so we're here. We got to find ways to navigate inside this thing and find ways to say, hey, these things are going on, because right now we're so fragmented, we can't come together enough to do anything about some of the stuff that we're seeing, because we too busy fighting over shit that they don't gave us to fight over, which is the real crumbs at the master tables. This is what upper echelon people do. They are mind ventriloquists, and they do what they do because they have the power of control over our minds. So we become the agent provocateurs in our own destruction. One more time from this brother.
To live on a planet you were born on.
Yes.
And I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on?
Right.
And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here?
Who are we paying?
Who made them the boss?
Who made them the boss?
Who put them in charge?
Who put them in charge?
You know?
Huh?
Think about that. We're looking at a war over water when instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world.
All over the world.
So everybody could have water.
Right.
So they could grow crops.
Right.
But are we doing it?
No.
Hell no. Why would we want to do that?
Come on.
Why would we want to?
I'm going to just stop it right there because I don't know what happened to this guy. I know that any person that comes forth and try to speak truth to power or try to enlighten people on what's going on, I mean, they are part of the network of people trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Who are these people that's in the shadows that call shots? They're not affected by the things we're affected by. And it's true. We have to stop and think about these things. If the creator created it and they came into the world just like we did, how did they end up being in a position where they can call a shot? Because there are people in corporate structures that have been made to hide these people. They hide behind corporate shields. They hide behind other veils, right? And the ones that hide behind the other veils control the corporate seals. They control the currency. They understand nature. They understand the science of that. They understand psychological warfare as well. And many people have been unalive because they was just simply trying to say to people, man, without us, this don't work. So we shouldn't be out here hurting each other on the premises of, I don't like your color or I feel superior. These are all constructs to make us stand a continual war against each other by trying to make one better than the other, one lesser than the other, differences, your nationality and all this stuff. Man, come on. When the sun shine on every person, everything that's living, mechanism, organism, and gonna be here after we have long transition from this flesh. And that's what we be talking about. Now, I do more of these kind of conversations over on my other channel, Circle of the Gods .6. It's my second channel is up and coming. I want to build it the right way. I want to try to attract the right people to it with the knowledge to be able to speak on certain things. And this mothership right here, we are the City Network, is where I have a more open and broader lane for people to come because it's entertainment here, it's music here, and there will be some of that on Circle of the Gods .6 too. But it's me doing more things, trying to network with more people, reach more people, follow more people. And I want to say to everybody that subscribe to my channel, We Are the City Network, thank y'all for getting me at the 100 mark. I got the word yesterday. I know I have to participate more. If you want to get your numbers up, you got to participate more. So I hope that what I'm bringing to the table, because I have different things that I do. I have my love zone, which is kind of hard to do on YouTube because I don't have copyright authorizations. I need to understand how that goes. So if you have any information that can help me, please reach out to me in some form or fashion through the DM. And if I can get back to you and catch it in time, I would love to know how to do that because there's so much that we can do through the music, man. Music, great content, great content base, because music is attached to everything that we do in life. There's some song, I guarantee you, that would trigger certain things in your mind and take you places. We need to start tapping into this because through the music as well, another tool that can be used to play on the mind. You know what I'm saying? By different tonalities and frequencies. We need to get into what this is, the science of what this is. While we out here being pretty and fixing up all these cars, but we dumb as a bag of bricks. Okay? We can't, that don't even match no more. You pretty, you fine, you think that's your greatest asset. No, but you dumb as a bag of bricks. You can't think. Your capacity to think is nil. And that's where they want it to be. Your capacity, you can have more love for a car and fix a car up and do all these things, but you won't do nothing to fix your mind up, your body up. Because whatever's in your mind telling you that the car is more valuable than your own life. Nah, this is mental illness at its finest, y'all. I promise you. What else we got up in here? I got one more of these here, and I'm gonna get ready to slide up out of here because work will be coming soon, and I got to get up out of here. But I'm gonna be coming back doing these things, like I said, locking in some days where we really can come. Really gonna be I have some friends. Shout out to Big Chief, not the little one. I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. Shout out to Empress Soft Girl Era. And everything that's going on with that, Queen Black Radio, Black Roots Entertainment, and Miss Chaz Cake, and a host of other people that's out here. But until I get in the booth with them to help promote what they got going on, I promote people just in general. I don't even have to know who you are. If you're doing something that piques my interest, I can share, whether it's for comedic relief, or whether it's to get us to focus on something that maybe referencing something to us about things going on in the system that could help us, because we pay taxes, and there are organizations out here that have things, and the government have to sponsor with monies to help us. And I need to find out what there is too. I'm here to be a spokesman, yes, but I'm not outside the scope of what I'm saying, and I get to go back and look at this afterwards, so I can get information, because my mind be moving 1,000,000 miles per hour. Now let's go in here, because I be seeing things out here like this one right here, and I want to say this, and I'm gonna end on this note, and I want to end with highlighting the sisters, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this here, because there's some things. I'm not gonna be one of them brothers. I'm not here to bash women, but I'm here to expose what the hell you doing. I'm gonna bash your actions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until your mind catch up to what you doing, just like mine had to catch up with me. I don't spare, but I want to make sure that when I approach the feminine principle, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not approaching you softly like I'm a pushover or a punk pussy or something like that. No, I'm gonna speak as a man supposed to speak, because you are the cultivator of the seed, feminine principle. You are the first teacher of that child. It's you that spend 90% of the time with that child. Okay. As men, you better believe I'm on our neck, because the world ain't gonna stay off mine. When I mess up or do anything that look like a mess up, you on me. But what has to happen, there has to be a dedication to getting the narrative back where it need to go. We don't have family no more. We don't have structure no more. People doing what the hell they want to do, and we getting caught up. Our young women are disappearing. Our young men are disappearing. I mean, just coming up missing. And outside of that, what we're doing to each other, and the domestic violence that we have going on, our children that's being abducted for pedophilia things, the men out here that don't want to be men no more, because that whole phase, that whole frequency don't pull us away, because you got to destroy the man, which is the military or the protection of that unit, so that you can access the mother, because she's the one that's gonna give you output of the type of consumers and slaves of the information and the narrative that they're kicking, which is not in our benefit. And we have to write that. We gotta write that. It ain't no easy way to do it, and it ain't gonna always sound pretty. But trust, when we speak on the feminine principle as the masculine principle, again, because we have to take everything that come at us. It's gonna be some accountability held, or we just can't deal. And I'm cool. Got your bag. You can travel. You can do all kind of things. You make more money than some of these guys or whatever. But listen, fake and false narratives happen all the time, right? So we're gonna get to the root of what's really happening. Or at least I'm gonna be a voice like Tupac say. I might not be the one, to make change, but I want to make a spark out here. If God gave me the energy to do it, I'm gonna use it. The Creator gave it to me, spared my life, so I can do this. Let's get this last one right here. Let me see. I can get it. This is a young lady that was at a party. See the guy dancing around her. While he dancing, she ain't paying attention. He dropped something in her drink. His mofo dropped something in this girl's drink. Yes, you want to party.
And I'm a killer.
Listen.
I'm a killer.
Listen.
I'm gonna kill her. Cause I'm a killer.
Now listen, and let me be frank. That's a video of one incident. These things happen all the time in life. Y'all want to be out there partying, and I know I had myself doing that. Predators, vultures are always on scene looking for the prey. You understand me? And even though they showed the Caucasian guy in this on some savage shit, she was so into the party, so oblivious to the danger around her. And most of us, we are. Because we think we got it under control. We think we know what's happening. Oh, ain't nobody gonna bother me. Damn lie. You got to be more focused out here than ever. People, listen to me, man. Listen, if you want life, and to those that will hear this 100 years into the future, 1,000 years into the future, I hope that things change for y'all and that we really got some footage to that we change the trajectory of those who control the narrative. Power is the people, power together based off nature and the laws that govern nature. That's what we're supposed to be. That's the creator's handiwork. That's the creator's mathematical formula for us to succeed. Not for just a few, but we can never get there if we stay fractionalized. Now, this young lady, life was taken. Date, drugs. You know, anything that you can do to corrupt and defile the woman. That's what the ultimate aim has always been. You read it all up through your scriptures, especially you Bible readers. Wasn't the serpent always after the woman and the child? Why? And why the male child? Now, there could be some biasness there too, because man got his imprint on everything and he want himself. You know, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? I know some men, well, you a man too. But sometimes men, come on now, we go beyond the pale, beyond the scope of what the creator gave us in our role. And because of that, a lot of the time things can get misconstrued because of manipulation and lies. Right? So I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna sit here as the masculine principle and try to play that down. Okay? Everybody gonna get a taste of this goddamn whip called the truth. Nobody escapes justice. Let's be clear on that there. I don't give a damn if you 80 years old. When the truth come for your ass, you could be in the hospice on your deathbed for some more shit you did that you never made up for. You never cleared the frequency to get you back in a better state because you stayed stuck on stupid. Get your ass out the streets, young ladies. Stop letting people tell you that the person that's meant for you ain't nothing. Because people controlling worlds and they controlling ideologies and they controlling whatever. And we just taking it like sheep. Always led to the slaughter. We lose beautiful people like that. We lose beautiful people. Right? And even though that face was the face of a Caucasian man, that is the image of a mentality. That skin could have been quote unquote brown, red, brown, yellow as well. Because yeah, all of these so-called colors of men do shit like that. And vice versa. Where there was a man there, a woman could have been there because just as vindictive and manipulative and dangerous. These are the facts. I don't know any other kind of way to say that now. So I'm gonna be coming here doing things like this from time to time. And I'm and the segment is gonna be called The Breakdown, because that's what it was when I was doing it on this other application. The Breakdown with your favorite icon. And we're gonna go through clips. My thing is to be able to share screen so we can give some commentary to some of this stuff and see what we've been missing in what we're looking at. Or do we know what we're looking at? And if you are a person out here that's illiterate and you can't read, don't be ashamed. Get some fucking help. It's very important to understand. And I want to say again, shout out to Miss Carrington, my 7th grade middle school teacher, man, that told me learning this language is something that I had to do. You need to know it, Ronald, because that's how people trick you based upon the language. If you don't understand what you're looking at, what you're reading, you don't know the definition, how can you get a complete thought? How can you comprehend? This is what Miss Carrington was telling me. And I had to come back all that time and join an organization where the leader told me the same exact thing. If a lie gonna be told, it's gonna be told to you in language. If the truth is gonna be told to you, it's gonna be told to you in language. Well, the fight is on, and it's been on for a long time for your mind, in my mind. And we're losing because we don't control our own narratives. We don't engage in our true responsibility And that is to be out here cultivating the land that grows food for our maintenance and sustenance. We're letting somebody else dominate and control it and use us to fight on their behalf because they're not going on the battlefield. They direct people to go on the battlefields. They direct people to go in secrecy and go out and do assassinations and all kind of crazy shit. It's what this is what it is. But it don't have to be. But it will continue. And again, I'm sitting here for everybody, even those who are caught up in the madness. While there is still time, because it's dwindling, and a lot of people are starting to fall. It's coming. Your days are numbered. Oh yeah, oh yes. So, with that being said, I had a good time. We 50 minutes into this thing. I went over about 10 minutes. I didn't want to go this long, but Spirit say move. And so I had to move. I'm going to be back, y'all. Hopefully I'll be with some of my friends. Shout out to everybody on this Memorial Day weekend. If you're observing it, you know what I'm saying, right here in the United States of America, the corporate America. Shout out to all the family and friends, the human species. More love and more life. Let's protect the earth, you know what I'm saying? The aquatic life, the plant life, the reptilian life. Because the Creator gave us that. And everybody serves a purpose. Everything serves a purpose in the Creator's plan. Please trust and believe it. I am the Icon6. I represent We Are the City Network. Circle of the Gods, point 6. I'm looking for more adults to talk to. More masculine men to come forth so we can formulate our circle and talk about the things that interest us. Shout out to all the feminine principles out there that have their groups and stuff, and y'all doing y'all thing. Love for y'all sisters, y'all queens, y'all goddesses. We got to keep it up. It's been real. I am the Icon6, and I'm out.